Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing amazing and I'm audible and visible to everyone out there. Hope you guys doing amazing as I mentioned before. So there was a little delay or a lag between the internet or technical issues we were having, but now we are okay and I hope it goes well. So I have with me Stacey Mchugh joining from Dubai, and today's topic is very interesting, and especially for a woman out there who wants to be aspiring leaders in their life and careers. So we will be talking about that, how we can be. Though naturally we are having some of the attributes, but now how we can make it more like polished or how we can improve. So before a further delay, let's talk with Stacey that a little bit about her introduction, her background and what she's offering here in this region out there. So I and the audience would like to listen out there. Before you start, Stacey, so anyone who would be watching the live streaming, leave us the comments or any questions if you have. And by the end of this streaming, we will be also announcing a mini course which Stacey has to offer, and we will be talking more about that. What's in and what are the gems of that course? So yeah, tell me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for having me. And to those who are joining in, you're very welcome. I'm very appreciated to be here today. So, as I was introduced, my name is Stacey Mchugh. I am a mindset and confidence coach living out here in the UAE. I'm very, very new to the UAE, so it's still very exciting for me. I'm still getting myself out there, meeting lots of lovely people as well, which has just been so amazing since I've moved here. But I suppose a little bit about me or what I do, and to introduce myself, I am a mindset and confidence coach, as I said. And my journey didn't start very long ago at all. I want to take it back to maybe 2020 during COVID, when a lot of us were going through a very difficult period around the world. I found myself being very, very unhappy in my career and kind of almost feeling like, surely this is not all there is to life. Like I felt very bored, kind of like I'd nearly lost my spark. And I had a really good career. I'd studied so hard to be there and went to college and university and spent a lot of time studying to be where I was. But it was just something that felt like there was just something missing. I wasn't really doing it for me anymore. So yeah, I started my journey around mindset and confidence work then, where I went on and I kind of done a course for myself more so than anything. I had no intentions to start my own business. I thought, I'll do a course. I'll learn a little bit about myself and see if I can help myself in any way, because I didn't quite know what was going on. I knew I wasn't very happy, but I didn't really know why. Here I was with this lovely life and I had nothing to be ungrateful for. I had everything I ever wanted, but I just wasn't really fulfilled by it all. So I went on and done a course. And some of you guys, if you download the free course at the end of this, will have access to the tools that really got me here today. But I started to learn a little bit around the mindset and how we actually stand in our own ways so much. As women going out there, we doubt ourselves so much, and we always kind of tell ourselves we're going to be able, or we're not smart enough, or not clever enough, or we don't have enough skills to do the things that we want to do. And I suppose that's kind of where I learned, and took a step back and said, wow, I'm really holding myself back here from going out there and trying something new. And so, yeah, I went exploring. That was very much the very starting point, where I kind of just explored, what could I do?
Exactly.
What,
Yeah. I'm thinking the same, actually, the point to discuss with you, that as you mentioned about yourself, that you were in a very good position, let's say, at your job
yeah,
and your career, 9 to 5. So what actually happened so that people can relate, right? What actually happened? Was it the toxic culture? Was it something else? Or was it you were stressed out maybe with the work? Or what was something,
yeah.
that made you to take this step? Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a very good question. It wasn't that I was in a very poor condition where, work was very toxic. It wasn't necessarily the environment or the work I'd done. I'm still very interested in those careers and that area, what I studied in college. I really am so interested in it. It was more the day to day. I felt like something was missing. I wasn't
Correct.
really being challenged,
Mm,
and great. I had, a really nice 9 to 5, which a lot of people would give anything to have that ability to work from 9 to 5. I was in an office, I had really nice work colleagues, a really nice team. I
correct.
had, a good salary. It wasn't anything to do with those things. It was more like I just felt like there was so much more out there that I could do for myself. And I felt like I didn't want that life that I thought I did want, the good job and to settle down and to, have a stable income and get married and have children and, buy a house. And, I thought I wanted all of that. But the more I kind of was working towards that, the more I realized I didn't really want the average life. And I felt really lost because,
Mm,
a lot of people around me, I mean, I was brought up in a society where we all went to school and, we got a good job and, that was really us set for life. But I wasn't happy in any of that. I kind of felt like I had so much more to give, what more to give, I just wasn't quite sure. I just knew
right.
that there was something more out there for me, something more exciting, something more
Mm,
that kind of, I suppose, I was excited to wake up to on a Monday morning. I found myself dreading, the mundane kind of Monday to Friday, not really being able to express myself creatively, not really having full control over projects, or being able to
exactly.
kind of make my own decisions for myself, and it really kind of dictated, each year kind of dictated on my performance, whether I was going to be, allowed to have a bonus or an extra salary increase. And
Mm,
I think for me was just really kind of playing in the back of my mind, thinking of my future and thinking about if I have children, I don't want to rely on a salary that somebody else has to set for me. I really want to take that control back for myself and be able to provide if I'm lucky enough to have children. So yeah, that was kind of, it was more like day to day, I just felt
correct.
just more to life. I was a little bit drained, with the
Yeah,
same thing
yeah,
over and over again. And,
yeah,
I know a lot of people are in similar situations and it's quite
exactly.
lonely. It's
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
lonely when you find yourself there. And you see all
exactly.
your friends and your family and your colleagues and, they're happy in their jobs and they found their passions and they found their path. And I felt quite lonely because I felt like I was nearly, I had failed because I had all this, but I wasn't happy, So there was something in the back of my mind telling me, there's something else out there. You just have to search a little bit. And you are going to
Mm,
find it. But that's
exactly.
kind of what spurred me to get curious. Yeah.
Right, because at the moment we receive a lot of like queries from women out there that okay, I want to do something of my own. I want to get started something, and
Yeah.
they are actually at different stages of their life. Some are mothers now, some are maybe into early like late 20s or maybe early 30s, or
Yeah.
some are maybe mid 40s. But the point is, the purpose is they all want to do something, okay, and they are unable to find that track, that where to go actually, how to get started, how much because as a human, or maybe it's like a psychological or maybe cultural as well, that when we start something we immediately think about the capital and the funds, that oh, we don't have it, so how can we do it? So how to overcome these type of fears or maybe like doubts, and then take a step for yourself. So what would you like to add over here?
Yeah, I think it's a very good point to mention that everyone is on a very different path. Not everyone is at the same starting point, but a lot of the time we're still all suffering with the same internal challenges, which is where I learned, until I started to work on my mindset. I wasn't going to be able to see how it was going to be possible. And I was always going to stand in my way with, questions. How was I going to make it work? Where was I going to get the finances? What else could I do? I had a career and now I'm leaving that behind. Like what else
yeah,
could I do? And this is all I've known. This is what I've studied to do. And I think it's a very good point to mention that if your mindset is in a place that doesn't see that there is more opportunities and doesn't believe that you are capable of, upskilling, creating opportunities for yourself, going out there, trying something new, even if it's not for you, at least you said you tried. If your mindset is not in the right place, you won't be able to gain clarity because you won't have the
okay,
confidence to go out there and try some things. And we don't know unless we try, unless we give
exactly,
something a go. Even if we just do a small course or we speak to people who are in that area, or we maybe join some communities where people are doing different jobs we think we might be interested in. We don't know until we try, but we can't try unless our mindset allows us, unless in here
exactly,
is enabling us to give it a go, and I think that's
yeah,
probably the biggest challenge that a lot of women will
exactly,
face, men, where their mind is telling them, don't try something new. It's
exactly,
not going to you're going to fail. You won't be
yeah,
able to finance it. You won't make money. And it's the internal challenges that really hold people back. And that's why I primarily work with the mindset and confidence, because we can
okay,
have these fantastic plans and we can have strategies and we can sit down and we can set goals. But unless our mindset is allowing us to
yeah,
take action, nothing is going to come into fruition for us. We have to go out there and we have to
exactly.
try and do our best to give it a go at least.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's for sure the first thing and the foremost is our mindset to believe first that
Yeah.
good can happen. We can make things turn out in a good way. At least first we have to start believing in this process, believing in ourselves. That's what we are always, speaking about. And
Yeah.
then the step A, B, C, or one, two, three comes in about the finances, about the strategies, about the techniques, the model of your business, and anything you want to achieve, right? Okay,
Yeah.
what first thing, like when you're signed up with some of your clients, okay? So what is the first thing you work on? Is it the clarity? Is it the mindset first, or you mix up with the strategies and then you go on? What would you like to
Yeah.
share with us?
So the very initial phase that I bring clients through. So I work one-to-one with clients and I bring them through a four-step phase. Um,
Okay.
this is the phase I brought myself through, and I brought multiple other women through to get us out of a 9 to 5 or get us out of a situation where we're not so happy and try something new and go out there and start a business that is fun and we enjoy it and we go out there and we're able to be creative and find our passions, so that when we wake up on a Monday morning, it's excitement, it's not
Yeah.
dread, and it's not, oh, here we go again. It's what today? Like, what could we make today, or how could we help somebody today? So the initial phase, you're right, is clarity.
Okay.
And a lot of people, think they know what they would like, but don't really scratch the surface with the
Mm-hmm.
details.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when they come to me, they say, I really want to work for myself. Maybe they have children, they want to work from home, so they have a little bit more flexibility with
Yeah.
them. They want to work from their laptop, maybe traveling. They want to be able to, create their own projects. And they can kind of see some things they wish to do, but they're not very clear on what the day to day looks like. So the initial stage that I bring them through is clarity. It's about creating the bigger vision, and allowing them
Okay.
to think big, allowing them to kind of have a bit of fun and think, if I could do anything in the world today, like what would I do with my time and how would I spend that today if I had
Yeah.
complete control and nobody else to answer to? And
Mm-hmm.
we spend a good bit of time creating the clarity and the bigger vision, because
Okay.
without that, it's very hard for people to see, is this achievable for me or not, because they can't see the steps. And then we work on the second phase we work on then is really allowing them to see, okay, like I am able for this by
Okay.
what we call working on limiting beliefs, working on those I'm not good enough feelings, I'm not smart enough. Who am I to start my own business is probably one of the biggest ones I hear the women that I work with speak about. They don't think they have anything special to share. They don't think
Oh,
they're worthy of anything. And
I
so
know.
that's probably the second phase. We spend quite a lot of time on really allowing them to see that there's so much opportunity out there, and they can go out there and they can create some really amazing things if they're just willing to believe that there is opportunities and things out there. Just once they kind of, I always say, like, knock on the doors and allow them to open for them. So we spend a lot of time on that. And then the third phase is really building confidence. So getting over those fears and those doubts, particularly around money, a lot of people fear money, what will
Exactly.
happen, how can I support my family? How can I support
Exactly.
myself? I'm leaving behind this stable income and this paycheck that I know I'm going to get at the end of the month. And how can I replace that? How can I ensure that I can financially support myself and my family? So we work a lot on fears, and really building that money mindset, where they can see that they can play ball with money and that it's not scarcity, it's not hard to come by. We can create money and opportunities by allowing ourselves to go out there. And we spend a lot of time on the fears. What will happen if I go out there and I try and I fail? People are so
Right.
afraid to fail because they're
Absolutely.
so
Yeah, I know.
new.
Yeah, it's natural actually. It's natural, very psychological, very human, right? And
Of course.
that's where mindset coaches comes in to help and support. And especially we are talking right now about females and ladies out there who really wants this type of support. And I encourage every woman out there who is looking for such help to get started. So definitely the resources you are providing, especially the courses and the coaching plan, of course, that can be very, very beneficial for them. So, after these phases, the way you explained the clarity, mindset, and confidence, and especially working on the money mindset, okay, having confidence on money and finances. So, do you also provide more like strategies that, okay, now what product or service you can be into, like, do you work on that specific area as well to build the strategies for your client?
Yeah, so the final phase of the program is about stepping into their CEO self, by building habits, understanding that they need some boundaries, some personal boundaries, and projecting forward then. So after they've finished working with me, they usually have so much clarity in what they want to do. It's like lift off. They're ready to go out there and put their plan that they've created all along into
Okay.
action, and try different strategies. I work with the mindset and confidence, so I don't provide a step by step sales strategy in any capacity. The women that I
Okay.
work with already have some sort of knowledge around what they want to do. And
Okay.
once they're unlocked their mindset, they're willing to try. They're willing to go out
Right.
there, go, and see what's in store for them and really start the business. So I'm really focusing on them starting, just getting that initial drive, getting that action, and starting to create opportunities where they can, generate income so they can leave their 9 to 5, and really just it's more kind of a business that really allows them to have fun, and allows them to enjoy the process, because we're
Yeah.
not creating a business to feel like we're unhappy and we're having to do, all of these things that we're not enjoying anymore. Like we left
Exactly.
unfulfilling jobs for that reason. So
Okay.
it's really more around the mindset and allowing them to step outside their comfort zone, and
Right.
feel confident doing it. Be
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
give
know.
it a go. It's all around that I would work with them on. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So there might be some exercises, maybe, or some techniques that you work with your clients to maybe, have some good habits first to make up your mind, And the one you mentioned about CEO phase means creating some good personal boundaries. It's very important, taking care of your time, taking care of your mental well being, physical well being. Because if these things are really aligned with one individual, then you can serve whatever you're trying to serve, right?
Of
That's important,
course.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Because I think a lot of the time, what I find is people are so used to being an employee,
Mm.
and waiting for, decisions to be made or to be given a task to do, that
Okay.
they kind of miss that step, where, they need to learn how to manage their own energy and their boundaries again, because they've just,
And,
they've kind of lost that trait a little bit within themselves,
mm,
having worked inside a corporation for some time. And it's really just about allowing themselves to understand that, they can work in a way that feels good to them and be successful. It doesn't have to, be a situation where they feel really burnt out or they have to burn themselves out to be successful. Because I often find a lot of the time people nearly feel like they have to work really hard to prove themselves, as opposed to just enjoying the process,
sometimes.
understanding that they're in
Exactly.
business for the rest of their life. It's not a race, they're
Yeah.
here for the long haul. So yeah, it's really all around that, and personal boundaries is so important,
Yeah.
particularly time boundaries, and energy boundaries, because
And
you can give so much to other people, and you need to save some of that energy for yourself and your own mentalities, and
exactly.
um,
And
ensure
in
that.
the process, and in this process, learn to say no also. Prioritize your time, prioritize your self, your family, whoever is on your priority list, let's say, and then any task, anyone, and then you learn to say no and do something again what you're looking for, and then maybe you can do that similar task some other time, maybe, so
Yeah,
learn to say no gracefully and then embrace it in a very nice manner that you can move forward with your goals to be achieved, right?
for
Okay,
sure. Sure.
so that's so great. Okay, so what is in your course that you are offering? The link
Yeah.
we have already shared, and we will roll on more. So anything you want to highlight, maybe that what people can get out of it. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So the four phases that I bring clients through one to one, I have broken them down into really digestible steps, where people can actually start this process themselves if they wish through my free course. So the first phase, they'll gain lots of clarity in what they want, which is
Okay.
probably the most important phase. And I'm sure you know in your work as well, like people are very confused as to what they want to do or where they want to go or how they're going to, start something new. So that phase is phase one in the free course as well. And then I bring them through a journey. So if you do get a chance to download the course, you'll be brought through a journey where you gain some clarity, map out a clear plan for yourself, start to build some confidence, some mindset habits, particularly around money and fears, and then understand how you're going to start to step into that CEO version of yourself. How do they act? What do they look like? Where do they spend their time?
Oh,
Um, you know,
wow. This is so good.
stepping in. Yeah, it's a really valuable course, and it will bring you through a little journey, a journey that you would also come on with me. But it's something you can do in your own time. If you're thinking about coaching, and I know coaching is quite new for a lot of people, so it's a
Yeah.
nice way for you to get started, start creating a little bit of a change for yourself, and also tap into some mindset tools that are really, really valuable, where you can use them, throughout your many areas of your life. It doesn't just need to be your career, but you can work with your mindset and adapt those tools. So
Okay.
yeah, they can put themselves through that mini course, which is free.
That's awesome. And I like the way you mentioned about how CEO looks like, the personal space of CEO and how to basically own it when you
Yes.
become, and then how to own it, how to feel it, and then how to live actually
Yeah.
in that way that you feel comfortable yet professional, yet happy, content, and at the same time you're making the results out there for
Yeah.
your business and from your business. Okay, So that's so great. So whoever is watching us right now and will watch the replay, myself and Stacy is also planning something amazing actually together for all the professionals out there, ladies out there also, specifically if we talk about which comes in with a blend of career coaching and mindset coaching, because everything starts with your mindset. So I really want to emphasize and can't emphasize enough that if your mindset is on the right track, so definitely you can do wonders for your life and career. And we know a lot of like ladies out there, people out there who are feeling so much low, or maybe they are in the different phases of the life and career and they need support. So awareness to have the support is also, I think, a blessing in disguise. What do you say? Awareness is
Yeah,
very important, that we need help. You know, do not hesitate to
absolutely.
ask help. What do you
Yeah,
want to share? Anything?
absolutely. I think, that if you can get the help and the support that you need, it really allows you to just progress at a faster pace than we can progress ourselves. It's quite hard to see how you're holding yourself back in many ways. It's a lot easier to be in a safe environment with somebody else that can, encourage you to become aware of what's really holding you back, but also give you the tools that you need. Because I think, the world right now, I mean, we have everything at our fingertips. We have Google and we have ChatGPT and we have all of these fantastic
Yeah,
websites to get information from. But it's quite overwhelming, to know where to start and how to start. And also, having the accountability of somebody to kind of create that safe space, guide you, where you're going to be progressing every week and you're not wasting time doubting, am I taking the right path? Is this what I should be doing? Am I using the tools correctly? So yeah, becoming aware and allowing yourself to just invest that space and that time each week for you and your goals, and having
right.
somebody to do that with can really help you just progress at a much faster pace.
That's so brilliant. And I'm so happy that we will be collaborating and bringing something amazing for our audience. And that will be super like beneficial for our upcoming clients, for new projects, especially. They can learn so much of it because like we've been in that phase, right? And we know how it felt, and what happened, how we thought in our life, and what people also thought about us. This is
Yeah,
also the phase, right? Personally
yeah,
and
for sure.
professionally, right?
Yeah,
And we heard a lot of things when we are in the
yeah,
process to transform. So, how to get out of those phase and then do something for yourself? That's the ultimate purpose we are trying to help. Actually, thank you so much, Stacy, for being here, for being amazing. Actually, and it's been a while. We were just having this discussion that we have to catch up and bring this out for our audience. Any closing notes or message for our listeners or ladies out there? Anyone, feel free.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me. First of all, I'm on here. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure. And yeah, as Amna said, we're working on something really exciting that will hopefully help so many of you uncover passions that maybe you didn't even know you had, and you can start to create some opportunities for yourself. But really, yeah, I think we've really covered everything. I would like to share this one last thing is really, allow yourself to just explore and have some fun, and if your mindset is holding you back from that, the free course will really help kind of tap into those things for now. And then hopefully in the future, if you guys ever need anything, we both have social media platforms where there's so much resources, so much content and videos that you can consume that will help you, and start your own journey, whether it's today or it's next week, wherever it might be. But thank you so much for having me. I really, really enjoyed being here today.
Most welcome. It was nice. Same here. And stay tuned, guys, for more upcoming videos and sessions we will be bringing out. And do check out the link I have shared on the, and this is streaming as well, on my LinkedIn post as well. You can also connect with Stacy anytime, of course, and ask any questions you want to enroll in the program, or maybe reach out to me. I can get connected to her. There are so many ways actually to connect with people. You just have to step out, take action, be yourself, also be comfortable. Do not rush for anything, and just be you and do your things in your life and career. And we will wish you the best and have a great weekend. See you there. Bye bye.